Death be not proud.
What's up, you bundles of sticks? Holy Diver here, and it's been a good day. Been an exciting couple of weeks. I've been making a table, as you know. I'm going to have the video out for that soon, the second part and the final product. You can kind of see where it is behind me. I've already got the old one hung up, so there's going to be a grand reveal on that and everything. But I wanted to talk about some packages that arrived in the mail. I want to thank TERRAINAHOLIC and his wife Sue for sending me the parts that I'm going to need to assemble a skull pass, and it's really not much yet. There's still a long way that I need to go. I need to be able to fit. I have to get some crazy foam that you would fill in pipe with to fill up above where the skull is actually going to be. I still have to cut the masonite for that, but it's going to be about a 36-inch long piece of terrain by a foot, and it's just, the whole point of it is just to hem you away from one board edge by about a foot and take all that movement away as an impassable. It's just basically a canyon wall that you can't get past, and it's got a skull in it, so I want to thank him for the skull real fast. And then people are always asking me, Holy Diver, where do you get your movement trays from? Where do you get your movement trays from? How do I get movement trays? Where do you get movement trays? If you're just patient, you shut up for 1 second, I will show you where I get movement trays from. I did a first custom order with this guy, and a link in the description to his page is going to be below. Same with TERRAINAHOLIC and everything, so I want to give a special thanks to TERRAINAHOLIC, and another thank you to IRONHEART Artisans. Now, he made me some trays like this. As you can see here, I've got the beginning of my dwarf slayers that I'll be painting, because you got to have dwarves. You can't do the Battle of Skull Pass without dwarves, and you notice how they're 2 by 20. Got about 6 more dwarves I got to paint up, and not to mention I got a number of these custom trays done by IRONHEART Artisans. As you can see, holding 2 by 20 for my Night Goblins, and that's one of the things I really love about Warhammer Fantasy 7th edition, 8th edition. Basically, the formations you adopt or choose to adopt from turn to turn can win you the game. I guess that's one reason why Fantasy died, because you're going to have a lot of people who will never fully understand the nuances of moving formations into combat. I remember when I was playing Vampire Counts before they got their book written by Gav Thorpe, and it was the one by Alessio Cavatore. One of the tactics that I would use is that I had 3 movement trays that looked exactly like this, and I would march my zombies up, dance them up too deep, and I would cut off half of the table. And so I would just be like, oh, my zombies charged you, and then you only have 3 guys that can attack the zombies. That's it. That's all you got. It's 3 guys that can attack your zombies if it's 20mm to 20mm. You put your character in base contact, and you got the Necromancer out there. I'm just going to keep making more zombies, or I'll make another unit next to them. And you just blob one side of his unit down with cavalry and everything, and while the rest of your knights march up and destroy things. So that was one tactic that I used to use, and but having 2 wide and everything. And other trays he's made for me is trays that hold 6 cavalry, which is huge because you don't need as much cavalry in 7th edition, but cavalry can win you the game. So unit of 6 Goblin Spider Riders, or a unit of 5 knights with a character in there. 6-man movement trays. He's made me a number of those. Really handy to have around. So some other things that he's made. I got a whole bunch here, so got 2 more of those. The reason why my Slayers are going to be too deep is because I'm hoping to extend my battle line and hem movement away from my flanks. Fast cavalry can shoot at those guys all day, but what I figured was I'll support my Slayers with crossbowmen, and I'll be able to shoot back at the fast cavalry trying to get around my Slayers or anything, but they'll be at the very edge of the board, and you don't want to take on an unbreakable unit with Slayers. Let's see, I got 4 of those 2 by 20. One thing I'm really excited about are these 120 by 100mm right here. These will hold 35 deep. So you go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And that's I got 4 of those. These are for my Night Goblins army. So you got to have big units of 30. You want to have that rank bonus. You want to habitually outnumber your opponents. So that's why I had these made. And again, this goes back to I have to adopt certain formations with different armies. And a lot of people didn't understand that nuance. You know, you would have some people who would play fantasy and they try to play the game like it's 40K. They always get their butt kicked. You know, because if you did a dwarf gunline army back in the day, the worst enemy of that, you know, it's like, oh look, I have 7 war machines in my army, everything shoots, and well, I'll just against an orc and a goblin player, if they're smart, well, guess what? I brought 7 units of spider riders, you know, so. Or 7 units of wolf riders, and I'm just going to pick off your war machines because I get to reform for free once on my first movement, and if you don't have an anvil, you can't slow us all down, you can't kill us all either, so. And all you needed to do was deliver a goblin war boss with the sneaky skewer to go up and just kill guys. So, there was that, but I had 4 of the 6-man, oh, let's see. Yeah, I had 4 of the 6-man movement trays made. And then, let's see, what else we got here? Oh, I had more than that. I had a bunch of 6-man movement trays made for the cavalry. Let's see if I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I had 6 total made. 4 30-man movement trays, and he makes really good movement trays. The next movement tray I had IRONHEART do for me was a 100 by 100 for my dwarfs. These or my Empire. I'll probably only need about 4 of these. I think these are going to get distributed amongst some of my armies. 25-man strong Graveguard unit, most likely. Empire great swords, and then 2 bricks of dwarves. Dwarves are expensive, so you don't want to do too big of units, but you might want to have, you might want to have that extra, you know. But I'll be able to change these out. I might order a couple more of these. I should have ordered 6, but. He has good communication, and you know, you got a lot of people out there that pretend that, well, I can 3D print that for you in no time, and then they never deliver on that. You know, I have a friend, you know, who said he'd do this for me, do that for me, and you know, he hasn't done anything because I haven't seen this guy for 6 months. We talk and text on the phone, try to set up a game, still don't see him. You know, I still don't see him. Like, he's off chasing dragons somewhere or looking for pussy in Korea or something like that, and I just never see him. So, you know, if I need something done and I need it done right, I'll go to IRONHEART Artisans to get my trays. I don't know. I wish I could get a sample of what his trays that hold 25 millimeter circles look like, but he has those too. So. Not to mention he's made multi-base trays for the Mantic models. You know how Mantic models, I don't have one available. They have that little itty-bitty circle that they get inserted in. They got those and everything, but yeah, that's where I get my movement trays done. Another thing that I've been working on lately is just the table. So I got 2 hills, 2 forests done. I'm now set up that I can do 2 panels a month if I wanted to, but that's where I wanted to be. I've learned a lot from doing that and making my own terrain, because one thing with store-bought is that it's never exactly what you want, and getting exactly what you want, because I play a lot of movement tray based games, it's very hard to get exactly what you want from a store-bought piece of terrain, because everything's geared towards a skirmish game. Everything's geared towards a smaller scale game like Lord of the Rings or Saga. You know, you could buy that hill from, what do you call it? From Battlefront, the small hill and the large hill, but they're still not really that big. I mean, like I said in one of those videos, you want a hilltop to be about as big as both of your hands. You want to be able to fit both your hands on the hilltop, and I've got some pretty big hands, and that's how big you want them to be. They have to be over exaggerated. Otherwise, they're never going to work for regimental combat. You know, a lot of Hail Caesar, a lot of fantasy, a lot of Kings of War. Kings of War historical, lots of things that guys move on square bricks to do their combat and everything. Another thing I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be getting to the rest of my first pike and shot infantry regiment, so I'm really excited there. And that's about it. I just wanted to take the time to thank IRONHEART Artisans, TERRAINAHOLIC, and his wife Sue. So thanks for that, and that'll be it for this ramble.
Forgive him. He's a very passive boy.
Beta male, got it.